This is my old LP gas monitor, and I am replacing it with this new one. From what I read, they only last about 7 years and then they need replaced. I started out by popping the old one off and removing the bracket. I just cut the wires back far enough so I had enough to connect them to the new one. I set the new one on the wall where I wanted it and put some pencil marks on the wall to show me where to cut. Then I just used the old bracket as a straight edge to complete the square. Behind the wall where this is mounted, I have an access panel. I took that off and found wires, so I made sure those were out of my way while I cut. Always check for this kind of stuff to be on the safe side. I used my Dremel tool to cut this out, but the paneling is so thin you probably could be careful and use a razor knife if that was all you had. You can see me pointing to this stud in the wall. You need to think about those if you have them in your wall, because they could be in the way. I then stuck this in the wall and it was a good fit. The bezel popped off when I was trying to take it out, and you can see that this is what hides the screw holes to mount it. I then stripped the wires back and connected them per the manufacturer's directions. Don't try this if you're not sure what you're doing. I just used crimp-on splices, but you could also solder this if you wanted to. Once that was done, I put it back in the wall and screwed it down using the screws that came with it. No need to pre-drill on this thin wall. I put the bezel back on and then noticed the hole in the wall from the old one. I didn't even notice that earlier, or I would have moved the new one up a little higher to hide it. I then ran it through a test cycle and all seems to be working okay. I then took off the old warning label and put the new one in a place that kind of helps hide that hole in the wall. Maybe this helps if you need to replace one of these on your trailer. Thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you on the next one.